Business Calculus Topic 4, Homework Problem Number 12. We want to minimize this function f. That means that we want to take a derivative of this and set it equal to 0. Well, we can't take a derivative of it right now because it's comprised of two variables, x's and y's. We want it just to be a function of only one variable. So we're going to remove one of the variables by using substitution and this expression right here. I'm going to choose to sub out my y squared. So I'm going to divide this by x on both sides, and I have that y squared equals 16 over x. So this is going to replace my y squared here. So now that f equals 31 x squared plus 31 and 16 over x. Now I'm going to simplify this. This remains 31 x squared. Then 31 times 16 is going to be 496. This x in the denominator will make that a numerator, x to the negative 1 power. Now from here, I can start taking the derivative and set it equal to 0. So the derivative of f now with respect to x will be 2 times 31, which will be 62, and this will be x. Negative 1 times 496 will be negative 496, and subtract 1 we'll get negative 2. And now setting this all equal to 0. Now this really is 496 all over x squared. So I want to multiply by the greatest common factor, the LCD, least common denominator should I say, which will be x squared. This makes this 62x to the third power, and this becomes 1 times negative 496, and x squared times 0 remains 0. Now if I factor out my 62, I'll get 62 times x to the third power minus 8, all equals 0. And I'll take this portion right here and solve this for 0. So add 8 to both sides, we get 8x cubed equals 8. And then we'll take the cube root of both sides, and we have x equals 2. So now we have a value 2 to place inside of our function. But now we need a value y as well. Well, to get a value y, we put 2 in for x to solve for y. So y squared is going to equal 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So y squared is equivalent of 8, whereas x is the equivalent of 2. X squared is the equivalent of 4. So now I know what x squared is and what y squared is. So we'll put that in. F equals 31 times x squared, which is 4, plus 31 times y squared, which is 8. Okay. 31 times 4 is 124, and 31 times 8 is 248. And when we add these together, we're going to get 372 for a minimum value of f.